Good afternoon, everybody. I want to talk to you today about a gift. Not the kind wrapped with a bow. Not the kind sitting on the desk with your name on it. I'm talking about the kind of gift we walk past every morning in the hallway. The kind sitting in our classroom with the backpack on, pencil sharpened, notebook open, eyes watching, everything. I'm talking about our immigrant students. And I speak on them with a little extra fire because I wasn't just around immigrant students, I was one. I was a Haitian immigrant who started school in Jonesboro, Georgia, trying to figure out a whole new world before I even had the words to explain how I felt. I walked into American classrooms not knowing the language, not knowing the slang, not knowing the rhythm, not knowing why students talked to teachers the way they did. I had to learn school twice. First, I had to learn what was being said in English. Then, I had to translate it in my mind, process it through the language I already knew, Creole, and still produce the same work as everybody else. And let me tell you something, that is exhausting. See, while some students were just answering the questions, I was decoding the question. While some students were writing the paragraph, I was trying to understand the instructions, translate the meaning, find the right words, and then hope that what I wrote made sense. Same assignment, different mountain. And before I learned English, I had to learn body language. I had to learn what a teacher's face meant. I had to learn when a class was joking, when a student was being disrespectful, when somebody was frustrated, when somebody was trying to help me, and when somebody had already counted me out. I had to learn the room before I could learn the lesson. That experience never left me. It gave me empathy. It gave me insight. It gave me a deep understanding of what immigrant students are carrying when they walk through our doors. So when I looked at our immigrant students now, I don't just see students learning English. I see courage. I see discipline. I see sacrifice. I see young people doing twice the mental work and still showing up ready to try again. And that brings me to the first thing we have to understand. Immigrant students are not behind because they lack ability. Many times, they are behind because they are carrying more than we can see. They are carrying a new language. They are carrying family expectations. They are carrying culture shock. They are carrying memories from home. They are carrying pressure to succeed because their family did not come all this way for them to play small. And still they show up. They come to class prepared. They listen closely. They watch carefully. They work hard. They may be quiet, but don't confuse quiet with empty. Some of the quiet students in your room are doing the deepest thinking. Some of the students who speak the least are processing the most. Some of the students who seem unsure are fighting battles most adults would not know how to handle. And that's why we cannot underestimate them. Too often people look at an accent and hear weakness, but I hear survival. People look at limited English and assume limited intelligence, but I see a student operating in two worlds at the same time. People see a child who needs support, and yes, they do. But I also see a child with grit, with pride, with memory, with culture, with family, with purpose. That is a gift in the room. Now let's keep it real. Immigrant students hear everything. They hear when people mispronounce their names and don't even try to get it right. They hear the little jokes. They hear the sighs. They hear the low expectations. They hear when adults talk about them like they are a problem to manage instead of people to develop. They hear it, but they also hear something else. They hear the teacher who says, "I got you." They hear the teacher who says, "Say your name for me one more time. I want to get it right." They hear the teacher who says, "You are not slow. You are learning." They hear the teacher who says, "Your story matters in this classroom." And sometimes that one voice can change the whole direction of a child's life. Because for many immigrant students, school is more than school. School is the place where they find language. School is where they find confidence. School is where they learn how to move in a new country without losing who they are. School is where they start to believe, maybe I do belong here. And teachers, that means we have a real responsibility. Teaching immigrant students is not a burden. It is an honor. We are not just teaching them English, history, math, or science. We are teaching them belonging. We are teaching them that their accent is not something to be ashamed of. We are teaching them that their home language is not weakness. We are teaching them that their culture is not something they have to check at the classroom door. We are teaching them that they can become fully successful without becoming somebody else. That matters, because immigrant students are often asked to prove themselves over and over again. Prove you can speak. Prove you can write. Prove you understand. Prove you belong. Prove you are not a stereotype. Prove you are not a problem. Prove you deserve the seat you are sitting in. But the classroom should not be another place where they have to fight for their humanity. The classroom should be the place where their humanity is protected. Now, does that mean we lower the standard? Absolutely not. Matter of fact, we raise it. We challenge them because we believe in them. We support them because we understand the road is different. We give grace, but we don't give pity. We give help, but we don't hand out excuses. We say, yes, this is hard. And yes, you can do it. That is balance. High expectation with high support. That is how you honor immigrant students. Not by feeling sorry for them, by seeing the strength in them, by naming the brilliance in them, by refusing to let their temporary language barrier become a permanent ceiling. Because let me tell you something, an immigrant child can walk into a classroom unsure, nervous, quiet, and overlooked. And with the right teacher, that same child can become a leader. That same child can become a scholar. That same child can become a voice. That same child can become a person standing in front of other teachers one day saying, I made it. I know, because I am that child. A Haitian boy who started school in Jonesboro, Georgia, trying to read faces before I could read language. A child who had to process 2 languages just to complete one assignment. A child who wondered if he belonged. And now I stand in front of classrooms as Mr. Charles, a teacher, a leader, a witness. Proof that what looks like struggle today might be strength in development. Proof that the student who needs extra time right now may be building extra resilience for later. Proof that an immigrant student story is not limitation. It is foundation. So to every teacher in this room, when you feel tired, stretched thin, overwhelmed, or unsure, if this work still matters. Look at your immigrant students. Look at the student from Haiti. Look at the student from Mexico. Look at the student from Ethiopia. Look at the student from Venezuela, Afghanistan, the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Somalia, wherever their journey began. Look at how much they carry. Look at how hard they try. Look at how much hope is sitting behind those eyes. And remember this, if they can keep showing up after everything they have been through, then we can keep showing up for them. We can learn their names. We can honor their stories. We can slow down without watering down. We can correct without crushing. We can challenge without humiliating. We can create classrooms where immigrant students don't just survive the school day. They grow, they shine, and they understand that their future is still wide open. Because the gift in the room is not just what they bring to us. The gift is what they remind us about education. They remind us that education is still hope. Education is still freedom. Education is a bridge between what was and what can be. Education is still one of the most powerful tools a child can hold. And teachers, we are the ones helping place that tool in their hands. So don't let their quiet fool you. Don't let their accent distract you. Don't let their beginning make you underestimate their destination. Support them, challenge them, celebrate them, speak life into them. And when you get tired, remember their journey. Remember my journey. And remember this, you are not just teaching immigrant students. You are helping build the future of America. One brave, brilliant, determined child at a time. God bless. In this powerful and personal message, I share my journey from being a Haitian immigrant student in Jonesboro, Georgia, to becoming an educator standing in front of classroom today. This speech is a reminder that immigrant students are not behind. They are carrying stories, strength, resilience, and brilliance that deserve to be seen, honored, and developed. If you teach multilingual learners, immigrant students, or students navigating two worlds at once, this message is for you. We're talking empathy, high expectation, cultural identity, belonging, and the life-changing power teachers have every single day. Comment below. What is one thing a student taught you about resilience, culture, or humanity? If this message moved you, make sure to hit the like, turn on the notifications, subscribe for more real conversations, motivation, classroom management, teacher comedy, and culturally grounded educator content. Also, check out the Ben Marketplace for teacher lifestyle streetwear built for educators who keep it real. And explore the Ben blog for professional development resources, classroom strategies, teacher reflections, and free downloads designed especially for new teachers and culturally responsive educators. Welcome to Ben, where educators build their craft without losing their authenticity. Peace.